So we have an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous springtime day. Hi, puppies. This weather. Guys, I don't know what your weather's like where you're at, but the weather out here, we're gonna have like 3 or 4 days of 85 degrees in a row. 85. That's mind-blowing. Daddy, what are you doing? Was that you barking?
I couldn't figure out what was making all this sound, and apparently there's a pheasant on the roof of my goose pen.
What is that?
It's a pheasant.
Pheasant?
It's a young pheasant.
I don't even know what the heck a pheasant
It's
is.
hiding. It's hiding up there on the roof. And I'm guessing the geese probably chased it up there. But obviously it flew in here, so I mean it could fly out. Not what I expected.
All right, well, we have concrete going in. We just barely got done with excavation and now we're on to concrete. Oh, my camera lens is dirty. All right, so we're getting the forms put in for the footings. And then next week we're gonna be on to the walls and then the floor. So it's a 3-phase project with the concrete. They have to come out 3 different times. So it's gonna be going on for a little bit. So we can see that they've got the placements put in with the boards. They're putting all the footings in for the garages. It's kind of funny how the shape changes depending on, you know, what they're putting in and everything. I mean, not that we want. See, right here, this is going to be a retaining wall because we've got the garage coming down. So we're going to have a retaining wall, and then the puppy room is going to come out right through there. I'm not sure what this is. I honestly don't know what that is. That's okay. I'm not the one doing the work. So, yeah. So they're getting ready to pour in just a bit. Once they get all this up, that's a lot of work to get all these. I mean, this is the foundation of the house right here. So, you know, they're really working to make sure everything's straight and solid and gonna hold up. Wow. All right, so the last cement pour took 2 cement trucks, and now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and they're going tandem. Yep, we're definitely losing some of the hay crop today. He hooked a branch and ended up taking out the whole tree and almost took me with it. So Eric's been busy clearing this whole area out. This is just kind of a scrappy little scrub area, which was nothing before, but now that it's right on the back of the house, right there, Eric wants to clear it out so that the excavation guys can push dirt down in here and level it a little bit nicer, because before it had kind of a steep 45-degree drop. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely looking nicer now. And the cement chunks, I'm not sure where all that cement's from because there wasn't ever a house here. So the only thing I could think is that the neighbors at some point drug all their trash over here and dumped it before we bought the property. So the only thing we really have left is this tree right here. Sorry, my glove's in the way. This tree right here, it's an elm tree. And then right there is an elderberry bush that I was pleading with him not to take out because I really kind of want to keep that. So I don't know, because we'd have to dig it out with the backhoe and replant it somewhere. And I don't really know if it would survive, but there's also another dead limb underneath there. But if we walk around the front, I mean, it's night and day difference. I mean, this was just a scrappy, gross area. And now, let's see if I can zoom it out. Yeah, it's looking a little more park-like. Big cement chunks. Oh, sideways. See, he's crooked right now. It's not the camera, he's actually crooked. Oh, yeah. I would have probably come in a different angle, like from that side. But just following orders. Apparently he did this earlier with our son, except our son was doing the controls. There it goes. Yeah, I think that means he wants down. Alright, so we've got several different groups out here. This is our first batch of 8 geese. There's one boy, the white one, and the rest are girls. And at the same time they were hatched, we hatched out these 4 chicks. These are from our own chickens that they just had random bred. You can see how tiny they are. And then our second clutch is all right here. And you can see the massive size difference. That's a boy, and I think this is going to be a boy right here. And then the rest are going to be girls. And in case you're wondering what happened to the feathers on the back of them, I think the incubator actually burned their feathers off, and so this actually might stay white because it might be scarred now. So that was a borrowed incubator. Yeah, but I mean, you've got such, like, you've got him and then her, and they were all from the same clutch. I think though he was like a week ahead, maybe 4 days ahead of the others, but still, it's a huge size difference, just all of them. Did you guys clean up that whole food dish already? You must have. So they've got all the grass they can eat out here, plus they've got a dish of water to swim in and drink out of, and they've been doing really good. I've only seen just minimal nibbles on the Christmas tree buds, but I think there's just enough grass and enough to keep them occupied out here that they really don't need to nibble on the trees, because there's a whole field to nibble on that's a lot tastier than the trees. And then of course they get a little bit of duck food. This white one was one of the first ones. Now what's interesting is that the big ones actually chase the little ones off. You want some? See, now they're running off. There's another big one. And yeah, we can scoop them up and pet them. They're not excited about it, but you see they're starting to grow their feathers and they'll lose all their down. And I don't know how old they are, maybe a month old by now? Maybe about a month.
So now they're rotating, so now the little ones are going over to get some water. And then my little canopy over there I gotta fix because it came down. So there just wasn't quite enough shade out here for them. I've got a 275-gallon tote that I dragged out of the other goose pasture, and then that dog carrier which needs to get cleaned out because it's pretty gross. And then a box. I don't know. I have no idea what I'm doing out here. It's just a massive mess of stuff. See that big one's. And I don't know that the big one, I don't know that he's necessarily chasing them out of the water, but maybe they're just nervous of him. I don't know. This is the first I've ever had with geese. I mean, chickens will do that, but I don't know that young chickens do that to each other. Because they're not going to eat the stems, that's for sure. I was hoping they'd eat it down before I went to stems, but apparently not. Then we've got another batch in the house, and another batch getting ready to hatch, and then another batch that I just found underneath a goose in the pasture. So we have 3 more batches left. So we've got 2 in here now, and 3 more to add. Still not a lot of geese though. I was hoping for 200, and we'll be lucky if we get 50. Huh.
So anyway, we have behind me, we have the foundation of the house in. Ginger, back up. It is in, but it is still not safe. So you definitely don't want to get too close. And actually, last night, Aaron accidentally kicked one of the boards off in his attempt to possibly walk across the trench. I'm like, what are you doing? You can't do that. No walking out there, okay? You gotta wait till they fill it in. You'll walk around the back end, but don't try to cross that trench because it is way too deep. So let me show you. So this is the trench. I mean, that's a good, I don't know, 9-foot drop down there. Definitely not something you want to fall into. Would not be pleasant. But yeah, he was thinking that he was going to cross it up over there. Probably because he saw the guys doing it all day yesterday, so he thought he could try it too. But yeah, the only concern that Eric had is that metal brackets out here are not correctly spaced. We are doing 2x6 walls, not 2x4 walls. And Eric's thinking that all these metal brackets that they put on the top are set for 2x4 walls. So that would be a big problem. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts down below. He's gonna double check on that, but the dogs are loving these giant dirt mounds too. And then the other thing that I'm not quite sure about is all of this cement. Is it normal for them to just dump cement in random piles? We've got cement up here, we've got cement out there, there's cement going down there. Yeah, so there's a whole big line of it right back there. So I don't know. I mean, maybe this is normal, but one of the things that I'm kind of concerned about when you're on a farm, you know, sometimes people just feel like they don't have to be extra careful with stuff that, oh, it's a farm, who cares? But, you know, if you're paying the same price, I feel like you should get the same kind of care. But I don't know, maybe this is normal. So this is the lower part of the basement, and that's actually a retaining wall right there. And then this whole front here is all the walkout. I'm not sure what that is. I have no idea what this dig out area right here is. But it's something, I guess. And then back there is our safe room, which I'll show you at a later date once the walls come down and we can get in there. All right, so let me know your thoughts down below. What do you think so far?